Hi everybody, and welcome. On today's program, we're going out bow fishing. We're going to take 3 of my good friends and we're going to head to the Nebraska-South Dakota border, more accurately to the Missouri River where it forms that border, and we're going to do some bow fishing for invasive species. Carp and trash fish, fish from overseas, all kind of things that don't belong in that waterway. Well, we're going to try to do our small part to help control it, and we're going to have a good time. And I have to tell you right up front, in the interest of honesty in television, if this was a 4-hour-long program, I couldn't begin to show you all the misses we all had shooting at those fish. So what I will do is try to show you just a little of the excitement and fun we had on that day. Hey, I'm your host, Kyle Randall. This is my Wilderness Journal, and we're headed west to bowfish for bighead right now. In the boat with me was Tom Dewey, Dan Fox, Brandon Juries, and our guide, Nick Wright. We're going to have a good day of fishing, right?
Yes, sir.
We're going to go bow fishing and get some of these invasive species out of this river, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be fun, right?
Yes, sir.
I like your attitude. And 2 minutes after launching, Nick had us rocking up the Missouri River headed toward the dam. This was definitely going to be an adventure.
Nick, what's the name of your outfit?
Right Way Bow Fishing.
Yeah, and you're actually out of Nebraska, right?
Yes, sir.
After talking to Nick for a minute, the guys drew straws. Brandon and Tom would be up first. And it really only took a minute to hear the first excuse.
Hard to hit a fish when your arrow's flying sideways.
While Tom was experiencing some equipment issues, Brandon's arrows seemed to be flying a little straighter. His first shot netted us our very first fish, a short-nosed gar.
Winner, first one.
With our first fish in the box on only the second shot, I was actually starting to believe this might go better than I expected. That's right, hitting them little ones.
Little ones are more difficult.
Skill, right?
You betcha.
That's the lie I always tell. Got a fish on there, Tom?
Sure.
I think you do. Look at that. The first jar.
Hey, there you go.
See, it's easy.
Yep, nothing to her.
That was pretty impressive. We already had our second fish, and these gar really aren't that easy to hit. I was beginning to wonder, was this beginner's luck, or were these guys really that good? Did you drop your watch, Brandon? Yeah, it didn't take long to find out.
Not 2 in a row.
No?
Did I shoot over them?
Yes. The short answer, yep.
What do you think? You shot over it or under?
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah.
Got one.
I think you offended him.
Smoked one.
Nope, he's got one on. He might have. Here's a big one.
Brandon, you chewed him.
I chewed them good.
You chewed him good, buddy. Nice. The gar man. Sweet Jay, you nailed him. Just like that, Brandon had his second fish. Tom, on the other hand. Tom,
Yes, sir.
you got that all washed off now? You ready?
I'm gaining.
Okay.
Couple more quick rinse.
You get it all rinsed off, and then we'll start shooting.
Yeah.
Tom was still rinsing off his equipment, so now it was Dan's turn to get up and try his luck.
Yep. And then when you shoot, you want that to be down, so this little thing to be pointed up.
What's
That
got
allows
to be pointed up?
This little black part right here, see that?
Oh yeah, yep. So you push this down and that
Yep.
means that.
If you do that, then it's
that
going to allow
puts
you to
it-
wind. So,
Okay, so that's got to be down.
yep. Turn it.
Get him, man.
Shoot him, quick, straw! During the rest of that first hour or two, we all had multiple chances, but I guess you could say it passed fairly uneventfully. Things actually started out pretty good. The guys were actually hitting a few of them, And fortunately, this part of the river had so many rough fish, so many opportunities, you were never more than a minute or two away from another chance. You could literally shoot at these fish all day long and never run out of a target. And considering our shooting,
A little high.
lots of targets was a good thing.
Ooh, just under there.
Tom,
I know.
it's
If I'm not
geometry.
over it-
It's geometry, man. Figure the angle.
Yeah, he said 1 inch per foot.
I know you were
I'm
told there'd be
thinking
no
too much.
math on this trip, but we lied.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely got that one.
What's that?
Definitely got that one. Did you?
I think that's to
Oh.
the right of him.
There's a little one to the right. You were.
Yeah. Trying to lead him. Yes, sir.
Lead him the other way.
Lead him into the boat.
Yeah, try leading him to the left a little. There's one down. Oh. Hey,
Hey, yeah.
hey,
Hey, what?
hey. Nice shooting. I told you you'd get lots of chances. Remember what I said about things starting out well? Yeah, I may have spoken just a little too soon. Big old carp. We went over him. That was a carp, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You might have hit that fish.
Don't be talking silly like that.
It's okay. Here, we'll all get plenty of practice.
Yep, I think you're
That
right.
was the point of coming here. How'd you miss that?
Yeah, there's a lot of water out there.
Yeah, there's water all around those
Yep,
fish.
all the way around.
You know what? You shoot fish much like you shoot deer.
Yeah, there's a lot of air around here.
Now, friends, I pick on Tom and Dan, but the truth is, we were all missing with some alarming regularity.
Yeah, where he came up. Probably let him too much. Yeah, still a little bit.
And that whole geometry thing, how far down to hold to get under the refraction of the water,
There's another one, Dan, right on top out there. Lower. Otherwise, a little
Too low. Too low.
that's just another reason for you kids to stay in school. Hey, look at me. Daniel, you're flinching, man. That don't kick.
Like that?
This is a little more how I expected the shooting to be when we left for this trip. None of us are regular bow fishermen, so I really didn't expect we'd hit a lot. Somebody shoot one. Somebody hit one. That's the reason we chose this destination in the first place. There are so many fish, so many opportunities that you have to figure even a bunch of novices are going to hit a few of them. And hey, you can't say we weren't practicing. Yes, there was a little good-natured ribbon going on. That's the way it is when the big boys go out to play. And I should tell you, it didn't change a lick when it was finally my turn to get up front either.
Just got a fish on it.
It might.
Mr. Rando, you ready to give us a show?
No. However, I'll take one for the team.
All right.
My job. What do I get paid for? How's it going, Tom?
Hey,
Hey? That's good, huh?
I'm saving a lot of fish.
Well, I'm sure that somewhere in the fish appreciate that.
Did you get that miss on camera?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, those are my friends.
Good shot.
Fortunately for me, I did manage to stumble into a fish before the blistering got too unbearable. Tom, on the other hand, he was still having some equipment issues. It's not origami, buddy. We're not making plant hangers. We're bow fishing. Let me look at that tip there. Something seems, I don't know, slightly askew with it. Hey,
Yes, sir.
nice job.
Yeah.
Well, after getting a little bit of equipment rehab, we got back to it and there's another one, Brent. Shoot him. Oh, got a double? I got one. You get one? You got a rock.
I got rocks.
Hey, Charlie Brown, you got rocks. Well, 1 out of 2, that's still hitting 500. Yeah, little short-nosed gar.
All right.
He was coming straight at the boat. I had to shoot him in self-defense.
Protect yourself.
Yeah. Come here, garfish. After missing a lot, I finally did hit a couple of gar in a row, and that's all it took. The guys decided right then and there, yeah, my turn was over. And no sooner did Dan get back on the platform and...
I think you missed them.
It's only the second time.
Second. I might have missed 3.
Well, I can't recall.
Okay.
We'll look back at the tape. Trust me, folks, you don't want to look back at the tape. Yes, Tommy, everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, all right.
Nick moved us into a little clearer water at the mouth of a feeder creek.
Ooh, I think there's an arrow in that fish.
And being able to see better certainly seemed to help at least Brandon.
Nice job, buddy.
Thanks.
Awesome. And tie it up.
After a few more misses and a couple of hits, the guy's fingers must have been really hurting or something because they begrudgingly decided I could go ahead and shoot again. Not long after getting up there, I spotted a really nice black
You ready,
buffalo.
Brandon?
I told Brandon, let's both shoot at it.
No, I'll wait for you, brother. See him turning?
Sort of improve our odds.
Ready, Brandon?
Somebody's in him.
He
Like
is.
grapplers on him.
Here, trade me
Which
both.
spots?
No, go ahead. No.
I'd hurry up. That grappler's over.
Go ahead and take the boat. Fish in the bucket.
There you go.
You're digging it.
Thank you.
We're going to bring Dan up here to give you a couple of remedial lessons now.
Sounds good.
That was a really nice buffalo that Brandon and I teamed up on. And seeing as how I'm a big believer in quitting while you're still ahead, yeah, we decided we were going to let Dan and Tom get back on the platform. Dan, we talked it over. You're the most consistent guy in the boat.
I've got it down to a science.
You are poetry in motion, my
I have
friend.
it to a science.
You're like one of them limericks or soliloquies or one of those other words I can't spell. Yeah, them. How are these guys doing, really?
Don't answer that question.
Not too bad.
Nick, is it better to laugh than lie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dan shot for a while longer, and then he just handed me back the bow, muttered something about the sights being off and being hungry, and, well, let's just say you don't have to tell me twice. I got back up on the platform, and fortunately, yeah, our shooting was finally starting to come around. At least a little. There's a big one down deep, Tom, right there. Did you get him?
Well, sure. Aren't you supposed to get them?
Everybody stop. Tom got one. He did. No, really, he did.
I don't believe it.
No, it's true. Look it. Pull on the string. It pulls back. See that? He got one.
I thought that's what you're supposed to
Can
do.
we go home now?
4
Deer
more days
season
and we're out
starts
of here.
in 3 days. Done? Mostly. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
You
Nice
got
one.
him.
Got
Tom
him.
got him.
Yeah.
You hear that,
Done.
Kim?
Done deal.
You hear that, Kim? Wherever you are, he got one. With all this practice, our shooting was definitely starting to improve.
Got him, boss.
In fact,
Well, this is
while
a good
Tom
one.
was taking care of
Oh,
his
yeah.
fish, Brandon arrowed a really nice
big
buffalo.
Fish. Oh, son, 4 or 5 pounds. Get him rolling. There. Look at that. That's a big old good one right there. You want me to lip him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Thank you.
Here, I'm going to lip them for you. Maybe. It was only on your second try, too, right?
Strike 2, and
That's amazing.
that's a home run.
Nice fish, buddy.
What do you think of this bow fishing thing?
I could do it a little more.
Yes, it'd be all right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're catching on.
After Tom and then Brandon both scored on a couple of really nice carp, we decided it was time for lunch. And after lunch, Nick decided we should motor back up to the dam. He figured the fish would be up on the apron of the spillways by now, and he was exactly right. Tom and Dan were going to take the first pass across the dam. The fish were definitely there, and fortunately,
All right, this is it.
All right.
Dan seemed pretty confident.
Hundreds of them. Look at it. There's a big head. There's carbon. See that big one to the right there? Right there. Looking right at you. Just past that gar.
Over the top.
Straight out
Yeah.
over top. About a foot short.
Nick started to make the swing to take his back across the face of the dam, and Brandon stood up. There were fish everywhere. I figured sooner or later somebody's going to hit one.
They won't come running out.
Right there. Right there.
As you say, it doesn't hurt to get arrows.
That's right. Keep shooting. Keep shooting, boys.
I was hoping when they shot they would scoop this way.
Uh-huh.
I keep thinking about the blind squirrel.
That's it.
Well, I honestly thought somebody'd hit one.
Did you get him?
That's a no. And with the day wearing on, I figured it was time to set everybody down, give them a little pep talk, before the last few hours of the day.
It's the last hour. The last day. Last chance. Nick,
Yes, sir.
it's been real. It's been nice. Ain't been real nice. You got one more try. You got one more?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right, we're all done missing, right?
Just going to shoot, hit a few,
Yeah.
call it a day, head for
Okay.
home.
All right, sounds like a winner.
If you don't, I'm sending a copy of all of your misses, and I mean all of them, both tapes, to your grandson. Just saying.
Jacob, would you like that?
No, he would.
That's all you got is 2 tapes of misses?
Oh, did you want yours?
Yeah, I figured there had to be more.
And believe it or not,
Got a gar?
Dan got a fish.
Yeah, see, you tell Brandon, anybody hit them great big ones.
Yeah, that's a little smaller target to shoot.
Everybody back up.
There you go.
There is a new sheriff in town.
Brandon, it's your turn to shoot.
Dan was on the board, and he had a couple of more hits. And after that, he decided, well, maybe it would be okay if I did get to shoot at least one more time. I got up on the platform, but it was Brandon who was on the next fish.
Right over Brandon's shoulder. Boy, that really scared him.
But just like everywhere else we went that day, it was never long before.
Fish on!
We had hit what felt like a pretty good one, and despite our guide's attempt to go swimming in a clearly marked no swimming zone, Tom and I were fast into what looked like a pretty nice big head.
Bows and grab that fish, will you? Just reel the reel and take it down there so Brandon can see you.
There's a big boy.
There you go, Kyle. All right. Our first big head of the day. I didn't shoot him. I didn't say you got him. I said you got him.
That was a pretty nice big head, but we were, like I said, running out of time. I took a look at my watch, and then I told the guys, from here on, it's every man for himself.
Boy, that hit just like it hit a rock.
Yeah.
Now there was shooting off of every corner of the boat, and we were actually hitting more and more fish. Even Dan.
Got him. That Dan, he's getting dangerous. There it is. Now,
And then, just as Dan was getting his fish off, Brandon tied into a dandy.
he's in the current. We got a big one coming over.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another one.
Sweet.
Fill this bucket eventually.
Dan got another gar. Brandon shot a really nice common carp. The bucket was finally starting to fill up, and we weren't done, not quite yet. Just after Brandon's fish, Tom arrowed another great carp. We were actually starting to become fairly mediocre at this. Of course, that mediocrity was dependent upon who you asked.
He was out there 40, 50 yards when I shot that.
Was he?
Oh, at least.
I thought there was only 20 yards of string on it.
Well,
It stretches?
know. It could be. It's a
The
bungee
story
cord.
does.
It's a bungee cord.
Oh, I see. Well, nice shot, brother.
The guys each shot a couple of more nice fish. Tom got another great carp. And then, just before it was time to leave, they had a moment of weakness. They actually let me shoot one more time. Yeah, buddy. You ring one, you win one. And yes, friends, if you're given the choice between a thimble full of luck or a bucket of skill, take the thimble. This is a family program, buddy. That, my friends, is just about as much fun as you can have in the middle of summer with archery gear. We had a tremendous trip, a really good time.
There's a big boy.
We laughed so hard,
Got a gar?
Dan got a fish.
Yeah, see, you tell Brandon, anybody hit them great big ones.
Yeah, I wish I could have showed you all the fun we had just driving out there and driving back. Hey, I hope you give it a try. That bow fishing thing, it's not hard. We don't care if we hit them or we miss them. It's about the good time, and that's always the measure of a great trip, the people you share it with. And if I do see you out there sharing it with some of your friends, well, you know we're going to stop and share a cup and a fire with you. And if for some reason we don't catch you out there, well, then I'll wait for you right back here so we can share another adventure from my wilderness journal.